I gotta give Tama a big special thank you very much for sending me the Brady vs. Manning book. I am sure at least half of this is good. Ooh, welcome to the 4-0 That's Good Broncos. I am Brandon Perna, the best fucking sports anchor on earth who continues to get no respect from television executives. But who needs respect when the Broncos have one of the best and most clutch defenses I've ever seen? The Vikings are a good team, and they should probably blame their fans for cursing them. Look at this old man dancing. That's not how you dance to Sweet Dreams, old man. Was that a football game or an AARP commercial? The Broncos did defeat the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday 23-20 in a heart-pounding, boner-crushing, and then boner-resurrecting game where the defense finished off the Vikings with a fumble on their final drive. Right now, I am giving TJ Ward the Big Dick Player Award for his game-ending strip on Teddy Bridge over troubled water. Ward jumped on Bridgewater right from the get-go, sacking him with the help of DeMarcus Ware here in the opening series of the game. There were also plays you probably didn't notice, like this one with Ward in perfect coverage on Kyle Rudolph. TJ was also Adrian Peterson's green chili, smothering him every time he had a chance, like this pass where Ward displays lightning speed and drops Peterson for a loss. And to top it off, he grabbed Peterson's Peter on the way down. Make sure you tweet this video to TJ at BossWard43 so he knows he won the Stanley Cup of Football Awards, the Big Dick Player Award. Congratulations, TJ. The Broncos defense continues to start games fast. Besides Ward's sack, DeMarcus Ware notched one on that opening series. This time, right up the A-gap, Bridgewater would get sacked for a total of 7 times on the day. Peyton Manning looked good early, and to be honest, I think he's becoming a bit of a narcissist.
Not a success. The goal is very...
Gee, I wonder who got to name that signal. Anyway, he hit CJ Anderson early for about 30 yards down the right sideline.
Not a success.
Also connected with Demarius Targaryen for first down. That drive stalled, and Brandon, yes, we Canis kicked a 33-yarder down the gooch. Broncos go up 3-0. I mentioned Peyton Manning seemed full of himself, but he's not nearly as arrogant as Brock Osweiler. Osweiler had the audacity to believe Peyton Manning actually wanted to talk to him. Hey, I have a question. Oh, were you talking to me, Peyton? No, not for you, Brock. Behind you. I do have to give Shane Ray some big dick love for getting his first regular season NFL sack. Congratulations, Shane. But at no fault of your own, it's really hard to look cool/tough celebrating with the pink breast cancer awareness mouthpiece in your mouth. It just looks like a giant pacifier. I said before this game that I thought Teddy Bridge over troubled water is going to be a very good NFL quarterback, and it's because he fucking makes plays like this. He's in the process of being sacked, but still has the strength to fire the ball 30 yards down the field for an unbelievable completion. The Vikings kicker, Blair Walsh, thanked Teddy for that amazing play by shanking this 38-yard field goal attempt. Walsh felt like shit after that miss, but Adrian Peterson gave him a pat on the back. And what I'm calling a publicity stunt by Peterson to try to help us all forget what a giant piece of child-beating shit he is. Nope. Sorry, Adrian. You're still an asshole. With about 12 minutes left in the second quarter, Ronnie Hillman takes a pitch on the left side up the field for a 73-yard touchdown run. Owen Daniels pushes his man wide, Virgil Green sets the edge, and Ryan Harris pulls around with a terrific block to spring Hillman. Hillman jumped into the stands to celebrate, but was groped by a bearded man in the crowd. Ronnie, let me warn you, jump away from the bearded man. To us, tits are tits, no matter who they're on. Yes. Peyton Manning, aka Seductive Manning, celebrated with his pre-coital ritual. The Broncos got things going again with this pass from Manning to Demarius Targaryen. Hey, DT, next time, just go out of bounds. I don't want to see you break your fucking neck on a play. That play did help set up another Brandon, yes we Canis field goal to give the Broncos a 13-0 lead. Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware continued to embarrass the Vikings offensive line with easy bridge over troubled water sacks. but this one was called back for defensive holding, but not before Von Miller teased us all with an almost pelvis pump. It's strange. Von Miller is forbidden from pumping the crowd with his beautiful genitals, but Peyton Manning can show us what he does when he's about to finger blast a willing partner during the game? You're a hypocrite, NFL. Hypocrite. I decided I was going to award this baby with the Cute Baby of the Day award. I knew I shouldn't have thought about something so kind during the game, because after that, all hell broke loose. Blair Walsh made up for his 38-yard field goal miss with a 38-yard field goal make. Andre Caldwell was dancing to AC/DC.
You just can't always tell. Bridgewater did a lot of things under duress there.
What fucking world am I living in? As much as I respect the fact that Caldwell likes AC/DC, he looked as bad as that Vikings fan from the AARP commercial. Even with this Demaryius Thomas man-boy catch on the sideline, the Broncos couldn't shake the Vikings' hex. And on the next play, Vikings star linebacker Anthony Barr picked off Peyton Manning, much to the chagrin of that evil baby who is a Vikings fan dressed in Broncos clothes. The Vikings, after 2 Denver defensive penalties, scored a touchdown with a wide open shot to Mike, I'm going to play like shit for 2 years until I face the Broncos Wallace. Broncos go into halftime leading 13-10. The Denver Broncos came out of halftime with a fire in their belly, and not the kind that I get from heartburn. Metaphorical fire, meaning they were playing really well. Peyton Manning and Emmanuel Sanders hooked up to take the Broncos down to the 10-yard line. Sanders was horse-collared on the play. That penalty moved the Broncos to the 3-yard line. Ronnie Hillman took the ball down to the 1 and paid the price when Harrison Smith popped him like a 24-year-old cherry. Not that that's when that happened for me. The Minnesota defense put up a fight here and forced Gary Kubiak to go for it on 4th and goal. This was a huge decision for the Broncos to make, and luckily Kubes had the perfect play call ready, which was a hard play action to the right, allowing Owen Daniels to come across the backside of the line and pop wide open for a 1-yard touchdown catch. The Broncos took a 20-10 lead, but then there was a scary moment in the game when Demaryius Thomas took a brutal shot from Harrison Smith, who the refs should have flagged for a helmet-to-helmet hit. It's strange they don't miss these taunting penalties that literally hurt no one, but can't call this dangerous hit that almost took Demaryius Thomas out of the game. They missed 2 helmet-to-helmet hits the week before against the Lions. This literally has been some of the worst 4 games of reffing I've ever seen. Thankfully, Demaryius Thomas returned. Sylvester Williams sacked bridge over troubled water, bringing the big boy heat up the gut. The Broncos kept AP in check for almost the entire day. So instead of showing the 48-yard touchdown he scored on a 4th and 1 when the defense was caught out of position, I'll show a montage of Adrian Peterson getting stuffed, fucked, and trucked by the Denver defense. Cue the music.
Still echoes in my head. We would make the cutest couple.
At this point, the Vikings were down 20-17. They needed a big play, and they got one from their dirty hitting safety Harrison Smith, who read Manning's eyes and picked him off. This gave the Vikings the confidence they needed to tie the game, but not enough confidence to win the game, because all the confidence in the world couldn't get them back into the end zone with guys like DeMarcus Ware staying home and dropping Mike Wallace on this stupid reverse. Blair Walsh kicked a 33-yard field goal to tie the game, and that tie really flared up my indigestion. So fuck you, Blair Walsh. I have a sensitive tummy. The sheriff trotted back onto the field with 5 minutes left in the game, connecting with Emmanuel Sanders for 17 yards and a first down. Then Peyton Manning connects with Benny and the catch, who shakes a defender for another Denver first down. C.J. Anderson rocketed one up the gut for another 14 yards. The offense started to look unstoppable, but then they were stopped, I guess by the Minnesota defense. And the golden leg of yes, we Canis put the Broncos ahead with a minute 55 left in the game on a 39-yard field goal down the gooch. Down the gooch shirts are now available at ThatsGoodSports.com. The Vikings had one chance left to win the game. The only problem was Von Miller and TJ Ward said, I see your chance to win, and by drink it up. All that really means is that Miller sacked Teddy Bridgewater early in that final drive, putting the fear of Vaughn in him. And as we saw in the beginning, TJ Ward stripped Bridgewater of the ball to end the game. Von Miller makes a recovery, and he soars off into the sunset like the angel he is. Von Miller, I have a proposal for you. Since you can't do the pump dance without getting fined, I'll do it for you. And you can just send me half of what the fine would be. The exact amount is $11,567, so half to me would be $5,783.50, roughly $1,927 per pump. You can send it to me via PayPal, Venmo, check, or I can come to your place with, say, a $12. You can give it to me in cash, and then we can play some Madden and watch some reruns of Home Improvement. Also, how the fuck is Miller's celebration considered taunting and worthy of a fine, and this dumbass fishing celebration isn't? Miller is basically just saying he wants to make love to everyone, and this dude is saying he wants to bait Peyton Manning, catch him, gut him like a fish, fillet him, season him with some garlic and butter, and then eat him. That's way more disturbing than what Von Miller did. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on Twitter at Brandon Perna. It's imperative that you share this video on your social media for my continued minimal success. And that music you hear is from the Mad Fanatic. Check out his YouTube channel right now for all your Denver Broncos songs. I got my big dick shirt on. ThatsGoodBroncos.com. Buy shit button, big dick shirt on. I said push, I said push, I said push that buy shit button. Get the big dick shirt on. That's how you sell shirts.